This is shop talk. You programmed a circle. The tool cut a slot through the side of your part. The code wasn't wrong. The plane was. G17, G18, or G19 told the control which two axes the arc lives in. G17 is the XY plane. G18 is XZ. G19 is YZ. Pick one. That's the flat your circle gets drawn on. Here's a typical mill program. G17 at the top, then a G02 arc using I and J. That works because I and J live in the XY plane. Mills default to G17 because most milling is top-down. Lathes default to G18 because turning happens in the FZ plane. Here's the trap. On most controls, the plane is modal. Once you set G17, it stays set until something else changes it. G17, G18, G19 are modal. Set once, sticky forever. So a cam post drops G17 at line 1. 300 blocks later, an operator hand edits an arc on a vertical face and forgets to switch to G18. Most cam posts hide that G17 way up at the top of the file. Out of sight, out of mind. And the operator never sees the plane is still set from 20 blocks ago. Here's what goes wrong. You wanted an arc on a vertical face, XZ. The control is still in G17, so it projects your arc onto XY instead. And here's the tell. The arc uses I and K. I and K mean XZ. If the plane is G17, that block is either an alarm or a wrong plane cut, depending on your control. Quick rule. I and J go with G17. I and K go with G18. J and K go with G19. Mismatch the letters in the plane, and the geometry breaks. 3 failure modes show up most. First, silent sideways cut. The control accepts the block and machines the arc on the wrong plane. Second, a circle endpoint alarm. The control sees IJK math that can't close the arc on the active plane and faults. Third, a Z-axis plunge mid-arc. The control interprets your Z move as a helix on the wrong plane and rams the tool down. The 10-second fix. Before any arc, state the plane explicitly. Don't trust modal. Don't trust the post. Type it. Drop the plane code on the line right before the arc. 1 block. Costs you nothing. Saves the part. And when you switch back to top-down work, type G17 again. Treat plane select like coolant. Explicit every time. If you've made it this far, you already know more about plane select than half the operators on your floor. Subscribe. We do one of these every week.